YouTube thing. Give me like 15 seconds or so.
Dude, no way. That's way too long.
Well, you can't cuss within the first
Fiesta,
like
fiesta.
you can't cuss within the first 10 seconds of YouTube, or you automatically get demonetized.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. So
Wh-
yeah, just mute me.
No, I'm not gonna mute you. You mute yourself. You're a grown adult.
You're
You know how to control your language. Don't tell me to mute you.
a man. You're
You're
40.
you're a dapper Dan man. And besides, Logan isn't 40. He's like 29 with a 40-year-old body.
I'm 32.
I thought you were young. I thought you were honestly a little bit older. I thought you were like 34 or 35.
No, dude, I'm 32. I'll be 33 in August.
Ah, makes
Buy me
sense.
shit,
Makes-
chat.
Buy me shit, chat. All right. You ready for this? Welcome to a special episode of Two Beards, One Brain Cell. I am your little garden gnome meme. Over on my other side is your little forest troll, not Jester, Logan. And then late as ever to the 420 special event podcast, it's probably the one who smokes more than out of any of us, Jester. What up, everybody?
What's up?
What up?
I'm
What up?
not
What
late.
up?
I
You
had
are
5 minutes.
late. We literally
Late.
said 4
We're
o'clock
supposed to
your
start at 4.
time. It's 4:17. You're late.
Yeah. It's all your fault.
Get out of
Hey,
here. Don't even
10 minutes
start.
before. 10 minutes before 420.
Oh my god. Get out of my sight. Get out of my sight. Anyways, we moved our podcast one day back to honor one of our favorite holidays that all of us kind of support. It is 420. As a courtesy reminder to everybody listening, whether you are in the comfort of your home with your friends or whatever, please partake responsibly. Make sure you have
Yes.
all your things in order. Make sure you don't overdo it, and please be nice to each other. I don't know what else to say. Like if you're by yourself, just make sure
you
you.
need to listen to yourself on that one.
I what the fuck are you talking about? I am. I love
Really?
myself. The fuck you smoking? Not that good shit apparently. Hey.
Whatever.
But yeah, please partake responsibly. If you do not partake, then stay out of a stoner's way because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yep. Basically.
Before we dive deep into this, I haven't started the timer yet because I don't give a flying fuck. I wanted to wait till we partake before we started the podcast, and luckily we have a few minutes to do that. Logan, hold your fucking tongue on all the wrestling stuff because I know you want to speak about it, and I'd rather speak about it high as fuck.
Got you.
I mean, y'all are behind.
Yeah, and someone was supposed to remind me about SmackDown on Friday, and someone didn't. Chester.
Hey, I wasn't here.
I asked one thing. Hey, Chester, can you remind me when SmackDown starts? And you said, yeah, buddy.
Also, my internet went down from 7 p.m. till 4 a.m. So,
Well, they also had power outages for your area. Was it last night?
yeah, last night too, yeah.
Yeah.
And you
So, when
so what was the power outage about?
Planned power outage.
yeah,
Ah.
before we've had all the crazy storms and stuff, they shut the power down to fix some problem areas. That way they wouldn't become an issue, hopefully.
Gotcha. All right, we got less than a minute left, so gentlemen, get your shit together. I'm gonna hide your camera, Logan, because you can.
I just gotta click this button twice, like here and about.
Yeah. Well, I just want to
got
make
it right here. We got about 15 seconds, boys.
15 seconds.
I got my
According to my Apple Watch.
I'm just gonna watch my
Yeah, my-
computer clock.
preheat.
All right, preheat. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you guys do the
Preheat.
fancy
Need
shit.
preheat.
Hey,
Need one. Get one.
He's just
that's
watching his
420
watch.
on my Apple Watch.
All
My
right.
phone says 420. Nope. Computer
Well,
changed
there
mine.
we go.
Yep.
There we go. All right, enjoy,
Yeah.
boys.
Cheers. Happy holidays, everybody. Perfect timing.
Ooh, a little spicy.
Mine's a little spicy.
Spicy?
I wasn't ready for the rush because I put fresh greens in.
Mm. Oh yeah, fresh greens.
Oh yeah, you gotta celebrate the right way.
Don't show my
Mm.
camera yet.
Yep, you're good. Let me know when I'm good. Because you also have a 20-second delay, so. But I'll go back to my face chat since you can see my beautiful face while we wait for Logan. And while we're waiting for Logan, we can actually do this while he's
Okay.
doing his shit. We need to talk about something that I've been calling out for the last basically couple months now. The redoing of the tag titles. WWE has finally got rid of those god awful Fisher Price tag team titles.
Mhm.
And
Thank goodness.
came back with some, dare I say, very unique and interesting titles. So I'm gonna start with the first one. Open link. We're gonna go to the first one, which came out on Monday, which are the Raw tag team titles. You can take a look
The
on the screen.
world tag titles.
Yeah, the World Tag Team titles. My bad, not Raw. First initial thoughts for me, I actually really enjoy kind of how this looks. I love how WWE is getting away from the gaudy cliche belts of giant W's and kind of going for like a more prestigious, like regal kind of look. Kind of like how they did with the UK titles and all that, and how they're doing now with the Intercontinental, with the Championship and all that. So these titles have like those griffins on each side, and it has like that prestigious regal kind of like European style galore to it.
Mhm.
While still keeping it modern, while still keeping it pretty dope. What did you guys think about this title release on Monday?
I think personally, I like the way it looks because it takes their world title, their singles title,
Mm-hmm.
and it borrows from that, but still has its own uniqueness all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes in the style of titles that they already have that are established, and just goes off of that more and gives it its own little individuality for the tag team division, which was much needed.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that like a lot of people would complain about is that these titles, I mean, besides the fact they look like a Fisher Price toy set,
Hmm.
weren't unique. They were
Yep.
they were a rebrand off the old tag team titles that were the same thing, but like bronze metal on top of the leather, which just looked
Hmm.
awful.
Yeah.
Like it looked
The
like
copper penny ones, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
But something I will say
Before
about
they
the
changed the nickels.
something I will say about this, like initially when I first saw it, I'm not a big fan of like just the simple circle with shit on the inside. But as I keep looking at it, it kind of grows on me a little bit more. I don't know, like because
Hmm.
when I think of like titles, like they have their fancy curves or their sharp edges or whatever, and this is just a straight up just circle with shit in the inside. It's classic. It's a redesigning of classic. I think this is gonna be a title that we're gonna enjoy for the next several years, at least decade. Um, and honestly, me personally, I kind of like the fact that the Miz and R-Truth are the ones that are holding these belts right now.
Hmm.
R-Truth has been deserving of a belt, and he's a great entertainer.
Mhm.
The Miz is a world renowned champion of many titles, both tag team and individual. Um,
Hmm.
Hopefully, like I said, with WWE and all these changes happening and they've been killing it lately, I hope these changes to the tag team scene will also be worth it. Um, and I would like to see just more greatness coming for it. Logan, what do you think about these titles?
Sorry, dogs are going ape shit, so I had to mute there for a second.
You good?
And they're still barking. But yeah, I like them. They're really nice. I'm not the biggest fan of the perfect circle shape,
Yeah.
or the red, honestly. Like
Yeah.
obviously that makes it known it's for Raw,
Yeah.
but I
But
still don't care for the red.
at least on
But
this
it's
one, it's
definitely
minimal red.
better. Yeah. It's
The whole strap
definitely
isn't
an
red.
upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, cool. So we're probably gonna get the exact same thing for SmackDown, but with blue is what I was expecting. And I was like, the Bulldog's far gone. But then
Can't
There was
imagine that.
more.
All right, let me pull up the
that's
picture of the Bulldogs. Hold on.
That way everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just switched it up on.
This is the new SmackDown belt tag team belts. The just are they calling it SmackDown or are they calling it WWE Tag Team Champions?
WWE.
All right, that's what I thought.
WWE tag team.
World
Because
that that kind of goes back to
WWE
their
title.
yeah, because that kind of goes back to their prestigious
Yeah.
or
Um,
One's the
previous
world
thing.
and one's
mm,
WWE.
yeah,
Yeah.
previous, yeah.
Now this one, I will say, out of the two, is my favorite.
Yes.
The griffins on it look great. I love the class. I love the revamp of this absolute classic look. Like we had, yeah, Logan's right. We got the bulldog bat, but more importantly,
Basically.
we're kind of going back to the old belts that are prestigious, not these bulky, gaudy belts. But absolutely just loving the classic look of these bulldogs. Absolutely loving the classic look of
Yeah.
the crown on top with the modern look with the griffins and all that. I like them going with these like English mythological kind of like designish stuff. It kind of brings back the old prestigious thing that we used to love with a revamped look with a more of a legendary taste almost, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I like Grayson Waller and uh, Austin Theory being the holders of this first, because what I like is that Raw with the World Tag Team, they have kind of like the face tag team, right? The people love these two. They're adorable. They're goofy, whatever. And with these tag teams, we actually have a heel tag team, a villain tag team, which you know you get best of both worlds now. You could have a heel and a face.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Austin Theory has been overdue for some needed tag team attention. Grayson Waller has been in the main roster for a bit now, right? And without a belt.
He was
Yeah.
U.S.
Well,
champion when he first came. Then he
Mhm.
lost it, I believe, KO or somebody,
Yeah,
I
somebody.
think.
and then yeah, he's been titleless ever
Yeah,
since then.
Waller hasn't. Yeah, Waller hasn't had shit over here though.
No, not in
No.
main
Yeah,
roster. He's been NXT.
Waller's brand new. Yeah,
Yeah, Waller.
NXT had a good run. He didn't. I think he might have grabbed a North American once.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
But either way, it's these two
I don't know if he's
have
ever had a
been
title in WB at all.
these two. I think are a great tag team, are a great egotistical side of things. Um, and I think they're going to do well for the tag team scene. We're going to see a lot of heroes rise up. We're going to see a lot of things happening. And I think with the World Tag Team, we're going to see a lot of like memorable, funny moments and people not really believing in our truth in the Miz and them kind of like coming out of
Take
it.
it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
showing everybody they can, or at least enjoying it on the way.
Mhm.
It's gonna be interesting. I really like these belts. I think the tag team division.
This tag belt's the first belt Waller's ever had.
That's
Okay.
what I thought because I know
Yeah.
he didn't. I
Yeah.
feel like he haven't.
Now he won the men's Iron Survivor Challenge in 22 in NXT,
Mm-hmm.
and then
That's probably what I was
six,
thinking in
yeah.
NXT. Yeah.
Yeah.
in the tournament qualifier match to get in the ladder match to win the belts.
Mhm.
That's all
Yeah.
he's accomplished in WWE,
That's
according to
that's
Wikipedia.
probably what I'm thinking about the NXT stuff then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I
the
will
Iron
say though
Survivor
is I
Challenge.
like how they're keeping the Bulldog on SmackDown, like how it used to be too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
like
yeah.
I like.
I just love that belt, man.
Mm-hmm. It's such a unique and distinguishing belt. I honestly like the Bulldog shape is nice and all that, but I think this design in general really takes the cake of a
Yeah.
mixture of flair, prestige with a little bit of class.
Yeah, because you got that iconic design of the belt from the like getting into the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era and all those iconic people that held that style of title.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
Edge
bringing
and
that
Christian,
prestige
the
back.
Dudleys, the Hardys,
I
Hart
mean,
Foundation.
you got Stone Cold and
Mm-hmm.
you got Mankind and The Rock. You know that
Yeah,
had
Rock and
tag team
Sock
titles.
connection.
Yeah, you had so many prestigious people that went on in their career and made a tremendous impact on the business. And just to bring that iconic style back is just it brings prestige back to the titles
I
as
think
opposed to looking like a dollar store knockoff.
yeah. I think the nice thing about uh the changes happening in the WWE are changes that I felt and probably a lot of people felt have been needed for so long. They needed to rebuild up that tag team scene. They really needed to change these belts. They really need to get back to like not grassroots, but really get back to
Mhm.
like not generic story title for every little thing. And that's kind of what I like. Like you have your core elements, either a face or a heel or an underdog or over
Yeah.
champion, but like we're not getting a typical champion. Like they didn't throw this on the New Day. They didn't throw this on,
Mhm.
God forbid, Carlin Anderson right now. and they didn't bring back some fucking
Oh,
retro
yeah.
people like Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy to win the belts.
Which we thought I thought was happening.
Yeah, you thought
We'll see.
wrong.
But
The wrong.
they're also speculating for some other shit too, man.
I wouldn't be surprised. Survivor Series, no, I wouldn't be surprised if SummerSlam or Survivor Series we see them come back.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, usually it's SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania is where all like the returnees come back usually.
I hope they bring Dudleys in.
They won't.
won't.
They won't.
They
D-
won't.
I know
You
about this.
you can dream all you want. So now the
Mhm.
only
I
two.
will.
So now here's the big question when it comes to regarding belts. There are two belts that still have yet to be, quote unquote, redesigned or revamped. That is now Cody Rhodes undisputed champion, and
Mhm.
Bailey's women's championship.
Mhm.
Now since now there's two new champions,
Mhm.
do you think either this year or within the next year or whatever, do you think they're going to revamp those titles, or you think they're going to stick with the giant W?
I think Cody's is get revamped.
I think before SummerSlam, both titles will be redone.
Try to give the tag title some like needed attention before going back to like the main roster stuff.
Right.
I could see
Because they're
after
brand new in there. Let that sink in. Do some shit with that on both sides, Raw, SmackDown,
Mhm.
and then that way they're not overshadowing anyone.
Yeah, Backlash. Isn't that the one coming up in France? Backlash.
Yeah.
I think Backlash after Cody. So here's quick prediction that kind of goes to what we're doing. I think Cody's going to beat AJ Styles for the championship, obviously. And I think now that Cody will actually have a thing saying like, "Hey, you defended yourself. You defended the title. We're probably going to give you something new."
Mm-hmm.
But now, like,
Yeah.
we've seen how the women's championship changed. We've seen how the men's championship changed. I don't. This is my thing. I don't want to make a prediction on how the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship is going to change or whatever they call it. Because here's the thing: if they don't change it, they keep the W, fine, whatever. If they do change it, and it's something that we all would think would be best, and it's not that, we're all just gonna get disappointed. I'd rather be expecting the
They
unexpected.
have to do the Wind Eagle now.
Well, it's not they don't have to do the Wind Eagle. They could
They
go.
literally had a Wind Eagle chant.
I mean,
like at one of the
that's
previous
fine,
shows.
and they chant for our truth to win the WWE Championship, and yeah, here we are. Fuck the chance. They ain't gonna do that. They're gonna do what they think is best for the company. And the two things, if I had to make a prediction, they're either gonna do they're either gonna do the old heavyweight championship but redesigned. The one that like Triple H and all them used to wear, the real big one that came from WCW, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, the big gold.
Yeah, the big old
Their
gold.
version of the big gold.
Yeah, their version of the big gold. Or, like I said, it's gonna be one of those. Just, I don't know. It's gonna look prestigious and regal. That's all I gotta say. Someone made a joke on Twitter, and I said, I swear to God, if they redesign their main belt and it looks like the IW, like it's bigger than IW. GP's belt, yeah, GP's belt. I'm gonna be pissed. Just a fucking flex up.
What's that one belt? Is it New South, Big South, something like that title? You know what I'm talking about?
Big South title. I'll Google that.
Yeah. Hang on.
I'm on Google right now. I'll show it up.
I'm looking.
I know the AAA title used to be a massive.
Oh, here it is. South Pro Wrestling. Here it is. Yeah, it's New South. Okay, yeah, here it is.
God damn it. New
Let me pull it up
South
here.
Pro Wrestling Championship.
Right here.
Jesus.
Look at this thing, dude.
This thing. Why?
Oh, the wrong thing.
Why? Why is it that big?
It's so big,
man.
bro.
Why is it that big? Look at the strap. It's so tiny around it.
It's freaking massive, dude. Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
New South, baby.
Oh, speaking of the title stuff, so if you look at my stream, here's a great picture of the previous two championships. You can ignore the guy on the left, it's Chris Jericho on the right that holds both. But I think they're going to go back to the one on the right, the old World Heavyweight Championship from WCW, and make it regal again, make it cool looking again, and all that.
Okay, which one are you talking about? The one on the left or one on right
right,
of
the right,
with Jericho?
right. I think they're
Like
gonna
his right or our right?
all right.
Okay, Big Goldie.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
that's
Big
what I've
Goldie.
been saying.
I'm just making sure, dude, because I just now looked at
Yeah.
your stream. Okay,
No, you're good. And with
I've been
the,
over here with Google and
the
everything else.
you're good. The only reason why they wouldn't change the other title,
Yeah.
obviously, because this is the WWE Championship, so they don't care. Um, the WWE Championship has already changed. And usually with like the undisputed titles and all that, they try to keep that pretty big, pretty whatever, flashy. So I don't think they'll
Mhm.
downsize from the giant, how giant the W was, and if they do, it's not going to be by much. Um, but yeah, WWE, both SmackDown and Raw got their new tag titles. Stuff's looking up for the company after WrestleMania.
Hey, Crunk. I know him. Chris Crunk.
Chris Crunk, what?
Yeah, go back. Go.
On my Twitter?
You posted it out. He closed. No, the one you closed out already.
God damn, I don't.
Well, sorry, I'm seeing it delayed
Well, why are you seeing it delayed? Look at your own screen.
because I'm watching on your stream.
You know what? Fuck you. Um, NXT. Hopefully, we'll see a
My
bunch
bad.
of. Yeah, you're good. NXT will hopefully see some changes. Oh my god! Every time I speak, I'm gonna beat you. But now before we hop off the main wrestling shit, I want to talk about AEW lately, bro. I have not kept up with the show personally because just how horribly it's planned out, and I kind of and personally I've just given up on them, right? But usually when they hit Twitter, they're either doing something fucking good or something fucking horrible, and lately it's been something fucking horrible. Um, I think the two things that I saw recently, the MJF interview where he mentions WWE in front of Tony Khan. Did you hear about that one?
Oh,
Logan,
yeah.
you hear about that interview?
No.
So, long story short, MJF after a match does a press conference with Tony Khan, and basically one of the reporters like there are speculations that basically another promoter they didn't want to say WWE was like interested in you and contacted you. What's going on with that? He looks off to the side like Tony Khan earmuffs. He's like, yeah, WWE basically contacted me. I might not go. I might go. I don't know. I'm just bored of pro wrestling at the moment. I might just retire and take the belt and just say fuck this. And then he walked off the interview. I was like, God damn.
When did this happen?
This was like, it had to happen this week or last week.
No shit.
I'll have
Yeah,
to.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
I'll have to find it on Twitter again because I was like hysterically laughing. In fact, I think I may have sent it to you on TikTok, Logan. So it might be on your TikTok. But
Check it out.
at the same time, AEW has been trying to make shots at WWE 2 times in the last week. So the first time was the Young Bucks basically showing the backstage footage of CM Punk punching the guy who he has the issue with. You know what I'm talking about, Jester?
The Jungle Boy.
Yeah, Jungle Boy. Thank
Jack
you.
Perry.
Jack Perry, Jungle Boy. Yeah. So they released that video in a promo to say why the Young Bucks lost to FTW or whatever.
FDR.
Yeah, FDR. I was laughing because like they're like we were distracted by backstage antics, and it's like what? You weren't even there in the video. Like we were wrestling and we heard there was backstage antics and even like FDR were like stop being pussy bitches with these excuses. It was fucking hysterical. And then one of the hottest
FTR, man.
Yeah, they're fucking great. They were unappreciated.
Just wearing an FTR shirt, actually.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's this one guy that's really hot over in the Indies, AEW, New Japan, all that kind of shit. Will Ormsby, I think is how you say his name.
Will Ospreay.
Ospreay, yeah.
Oh, Ospreay.
And he was.
Oh, dude, he's such a bitch.
He cut a promo and he was like saying some shit apparently about Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because like a
Well,
lot
he was
of
basically talking shit to Triple H about like fucking the boss's daughter, and that's how he got power. Blah blah blah,
yeah,
all that shit.
I just think it's funny because
Mhm.
like a lot of big wrestlers like even said like in podcasts and in interviews they're like, hey, like you may think right now this is the hottest shit you could possibly come up with and you think you're top dog, but when you need a job at the biggest fucking company that's doing this with the
Mhm.
biggest fucking people and you want to prove yourself, you're not gonna get anywhere. You're really fucking yourself into the early grave. Uh,
Yeah, and it's funny
One
that
hundred percent.
Ospreay says stuff like that because he done something very similar to Triple H with fucking the boss's daughter, quote unquote, over in Japan.
yeah,
It's like the pot calling the kettle black. Like you have no room to fucking say anything.
yeah. And obviously you know Triple H and all them.
Osprey knows me, dude.
Yeah, he kind of does. But that it's really funny because he knows Triple H won't say anything. He know he if he did say
No.
anything, it would just be whatever. Um,
hmm
but I think I would have to think if I was a Triple H in that standpoint.
hmm
I think there might be some like appreciation for that kind of call out. But I know Triple
hmm
H is gonna throw some smack and heat his way eventually. I know it's gonna
Oh
happen.
yeah. Like he's gonna defend his wife, yes. I mean, like any man should.
Yeah,
You should defend your significant other, no matter if they're right or wrong, have their back. The depending on how wrong they are.
yeah,
Uh, but he's gonna do it in a classy way.
yeah.
On like he'll subliminally like scooch it in like they have been with some of the backstage promos and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot they've been doing.
Yeah.
They've been putting little jabs here and there at different things.
Yeah, they're without directly calling something out, unlike AEW, who just basically just
Yeah,
were
like
petty
like
bitches.
they're showing be like, hey, we can do it this way subliminally, and it hurts more, and we're not taking up a 10-minute segment bitching, wasting showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, going along with that, I like how WWE is now opening more communications to working with indie promoters. Um,
Yeah.
like we've seen them work with TNA, and TNA works
hmm
well with them.
Yeah.
Because like when we were losing people because of the WCW loss and all that, like TNA was kind of like one of those first real big groups to kind of
hmm
like take anybody. So they're both
Yeah.
lifelong industry people, and Mickey James, I think, being the owner of TNA, right? Or
Uh,
No.
she owns stock in the
yeah,
company. She
yeah,
doesn't own the entire thing.
yeah, that
No.
same shit eventually.
Yeah.
Mickey James
Yeah.
being kind of like that WWE lifelong wrestler and kind of like working well with that. I think that works. I think that's does tremendous work. Like we're
Mhm.
like we've been bringing more people from Japan, and I know they're coming from New Japan at least. We've been bringing
Mm,
people from Ring of Honor. We've been bringing people from
mhm.
everywhere. Like, and it's nice to see promotions like this. Um, but I wonder how that's gonna work with. I'm thinking long future, by the way.
Mhm.
Because if you think about like AEW or New Japan or Ring of Honor, you could literally defend any title you want on those promotions if you really wanted to, as long as one of those wrestlers is from the mainline promotion. So like you could be at
Yeah.
New Japan fighting a New Japan guy defending your Ring of Honor title
Yeah.
if you really wanted to. And I wonder if we're gonna see some things like that cross promotion in WWE, and I
Mhm.
wonder if that'll be like if they're gonna reuse Night of Champions, kind of like that. So like, hey,
Mm.
we have one of our wrestlers or one of these wrestlers fighting for the let's just say New Japan Heavyweight Championship or whatever
Mhm.
TNA X Division Championship, bringing wrestlers over to a bigger stage, a bigger audience, and all that.
Mhm.
Kind of like treating TNA not like an FVW or Omaha Wrestling, but at the same time kind of looking at them like that, like, hey, you got stars and all that,
Mhm.
and we'll start bringing them up, kind of thing. To like, if you want to do like your big performance, you want to do it in front of a bunch of people. Here, we'll give you the stage, kind of thing.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can honestly see that happening, especially now with Nick Aldis in WWE,
Dude, Nick
and he
Aldis,
was a,
Yeah.
man,
you
he's
know,
so.
he was NWA
Dude, he's
World
itching to
Champion.
fight.
He
Mm-hmm.
was Impact TNA World Champion. You know, he's got them connections there. He can
Mm-hmm.
bring people in
Yeah.
if they really would, and I think them partnering up with TNA is just going to elevate TNA more.
Mm-hmm. Elevate team more, boost up the stocks, and
hmm
what? And maybe they'll do a cross promotion thing where they'll do like a pay per view at TNA and bring WWE wrestlers. Like
Mhm.
I can see this. I can see AJ Styles going there for a match. I could
Oh yeah, going back. Yeah.
yeah, I could see Naomi going back there for a match. I could
Mhm.
see what is that kid's name? Oh, it's gonna bug me. He was also Xavier Woods because he was Apollo Creed in
Oh yeah.
TNA. And then
Mhm.
I could also
The con-
see
Austin
Kurt
Creed.
Kurt Angle, Booker T doing little guest appearance, all that stuff.
Kirk Angle.
Yep,
Mhm.
Mr. Broken Neck himself. No, it's there's plenty of opportunities, and I think all this shit happening right now, like Vince getting fired for the stupid shit he's doing, Triple H taking over and literally killing the scene right now, is, in my opinion, is gonna be a revival of wrestling. I think we're
Yeah.
seeing I
Oh
think
yeah.
we're seeing a needed revival of what is wrestling. AEW tried to do that and then they fucked up with whatever the fuck they're doing now. AEW is just AEW trash. And AEW still has potential, but it honestly needs to stay away from Tony Khan and the Young Bucks. Young Bucks are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Especially the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even like Kenny Omega basically stepped away from that fucking show. And he was one of the founders.
Yeah.
But
Insane. I mean, Cody's already gone.
Omega's
So.
basically distant, and then the Young Bucks
Mhm.
just act like some fucking like douchebags lately. It just doesn't sell right.
Yeah.
Um, no, but like wrestling has a lot of great potential, like a lot of great promises, and like I said, next year it's gonna go to Netflix. So it'll be easily
Even
obtainable
more
and
edgy and shit.
yeah, more obtainable, available, edgy, whatever it is. Depending on how it
Mhm.
goes, we don't know how Netflix is going to do it. Whether it's going to be televised, whether it's going to be live streamed, whatever,
Recorded.
pre-recorded, kind of whatever. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see when it gets to that point. But I am excited for this. I'm excited for these
Hope it's live
changes.
stream somehow.
Yeah.
I really do.
I mean, I would assume it is, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Last thing before we get off of the wrestling topic, this is some bigger news for you two beers, one brain cell lovers. On top of our podcast, I've come up with this great idea. Because we talk about wrestling so much, but we can't watch wrestling live or upload live videos of us watching them because copyright and all that, and because we're better promoters than anybody in the industry. Cough, cough. Don't worry about it. I have I have
Hire us, Triple H.
besides him, actually besides him, he knows what he's
Yeah.
fucking doing.
Yeah.
I have basically convinced Logan, I've convinced Jester, and I convinced our buddy Dr. Waffle to start our own wannabe wrestling promotion through WWE 2K24. So we will get more into that hopefully in the next podcast on the exact day when that launches. But basically, I gave them a challenge. I said, hey, I want to create our own shows, get rid of all the WWE titles. We'll do a draft and we'll draft people, the whole 9 yards, right? The only thing they have to do is create one male character of their choosing, one female character of their choosing. They have to basically make an arena, make a show, and some other random stuff, and we'll be adding it to the franchise, whatever it is. And then we will watch the shows and record them with you guys to show kind of like day by day uploads. So while wrestling is going on in the real world, we have our own wrestling promotions with your favorite superstars around the industry, as best we can, plus the ones we created. Um, I got overly excited and I basically already created all of mine. Uh, and you might get a sneak peek at that later tonight. We'll see. But just be ready. We're gonna have 4 shows. We're gonna set up a schedule, and we're gonna watch some wrestling. Good talk. Good talk, guys.
Wrestling.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I guess I had it muted in Discord, so I didn't like interrupt you while I was talking chat.
No, you.
Thing came through.
Wow. So you're just double talking
Wow.
now. Trying to give an
I was eating this.
announcement. You see
I
how he
was eating
treats
this
me, chat?
pizza.
Ooh, pizza sounds
It's
good,
true.
actually.
Dude, right? I have a frozen pizza. I'm thinking about fucking going in
Memphis,
heaven after this.
Yeah.
Memphis barbecue chicken pizza.
Hey,
Ooh,
I don't blame you guys.
sounds good.
No, Poseidon, I will not buy you beer. Sorry. Also, hello,
Oh,
Yeah,
Jackie.
he tried in my chat too, bro.
Yeah. Also, what up, Links? Other than that, because we always talk about wrestling because it's one of the easiest things to talk about because there's always something happening.
mm,
I don't know about you boys, but like this past couple of weeks, but even between the podcast and all that, like I don't know, like it's just been kind of like the weather's been weird, my emotions have been weird, everything's just been like
mm,
off, and like
yeah.
I feel that.
like I know
I've been
like
the same way.
I know like it's just one of those things that looks like everybody's kind of like going through at the current moment, but like it kind of fucking sucks. Like
Yeah.
like at least for me, like the last like week or so, I've been like pretty depressed and all that. I haven't been able to stream because of it, just because I have no energy and no care.
Yeah.
But like I'd rather talk. I'd rather at least say something and talk about it because like hiding this shit and trying to hide it from everybody in the world is not gonna fucking happen. And they don't care what I'm going through, but like at least being honest that I'm going through something helps me out and helps a lot of other people out who may be going through something and may not feel okay about talking about it with people. Uh, with anything mental health related, physical health related, emotional health related, homies, please talk to a friend. Try to reach out. Try to talk to somebody you trust. Like, don't be a fucking stupid like blockhead. Don't be a fucking jabroni. Talk to somebody, whether you want to or not.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like saying that.
Do the opposite of this sound.
You,
Yeah.
I'm feeling
Know your role
down.
and
Can
shut
I
your
get
mouth,
cuddles? You
you
can
jabroni.
absolutely
Know
get
your
cuddles
role
on.
and open your mouth, you jabroni.
Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Yeah, but know your role and open your mouth, you jabronis. Talk about your shit.
Exactly.
Find someone you trust, talk to them. Do it.
Hell yeah.
Do it.
Also, me and Jester got the Cheech and Chong bundle in Call of Duty.
Yeah, I got it too.
Oh,
I've been running this junk.
did Jazzy ever get back to you about the Warzone thing?
Oh fuck no! I
Bro, this
didn't
is the
hop in there,
second
dude.
time. I
Did you
said
see me leave?
I said
Did you see me
message
leave?
him. I come in. Okay, backstory, Jester, because you were late. I come into the VC and he was saying like, "Yeah, I've been hanging out with Trashby and Jazzy," and I was like, "Oh, did you ask him about the Warzone thing?" Oh no, I forgot. I'm like, bro, that's the one thing you had to do with them. That was the one thing. And then I was like, bro, just message him. He's like, all right, and then just kind of like went back to playing
I'll
wrestling.
be right back.
Are you
He
leaving?
never did.
Please tell me he's not leaving the call to go to ask him.
Oh, yeah.
I got it. Okay, he didn't leave the call. He just muted. Okay, whatever. No, but it was just funny. Like, so our buddy Jasby wants to get these custom Warzone tournaments up, and wouldn't it be fucking great on 420? We all get in our Cheech and Chong outfits and just fucking win one.
Mm-hmm.
God, that'd be
Hell
so
yeah.
fucking great. Dude, that high Warzone game was trippy, fun, but sweaty.
Very
Yeah.
sweaty.
Like I get it. Like, you know, you got power ups, you got the 420 theme, you got the different colors and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny that I don't think I played one of those games high. I think I played all. No, I take that back. I played one high. Every other one was sober. And even,
Anytime I play video games, I'm high.
I mean, fair enough, right? To be fair. But that was weird. Like, imagine playing a mode that's meant for potheads. You're just not even smoking.
I know, right? Like, what are you doing with your life?
Yo, Logan and Jester invited me to that. When is it? When is what? The wrestling
Who
thing?
said that?
Waffle, you invited him to something. I don't remember what I
Awful.
said.
Oh yeah.
The wrestling
It's
thing?
supposed to be. We're going to see if we're going to try to do it tonight.
Oh, the Warzone thing. Yeah.
The Warzone thing.
Oh yeah, the Warzone thing. Yeah, it's supposed to be tonight. Logan was supposed to ask Jazzy. And, you know, I'm just gonna DM Jazzy because me asking
Yep.
Loves to DM somebody is just not working out right now.
Because I don't know. It's going to be squads, so like,
Yeah, so we'll have an open spot and all that.
yeah, we can pull Waffle with us.
Yeah.
And then the wrestling
Okay, I'm
thing, if
back.
you're asking about that Waffle, or yeah, Waffle. We dotted all the T's and crossed all the I's yet, so
Yeah.
You still got time. Make your dude and arena and whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah. I'm still debating if I'm gonna do that Walmart deathmatch or if I'm gonna create all my own shit.
Yeah, that's
On
what I'm
Gotta
kind
get
of
in
going
there
back for,
good.
Tom.
honestly, it how I did all my shit was yeah, I created it, but
Hmm.
I went off of an image I really liked. So like,
Hmm.
there's one image I saw that was two skulls and it was fuck around and find out. So I literally named my show FAFO for fuck around find out,
Yeah.
and basically
Hmm.
just built around that. I built the belts with the like I chose the colors randomly. They came out pretty clean, I think. Um, and just kind of went along with that, like because also I'm gonna be using the guy and the lady from my story after I like
Hmm.
do all this stuff. Because they both have the fuck around find out logo in their attire, and it just kind of like
Yeah,
fits
it
in. So,
fits.
yeah, it fits in so well. But
Yeah.
honestly, I would say this: like, yeah, find an image you like, find like maybe even upload your own image that you maybe want to do, and customize your own stuff. Because like, trust me, dude, like making your own show is so much more fun. Like you could choose
Yeah.
the transitions, you could choose you build your own arena and all that. It's so much
Yeah.
fun.
I was messing around with it a little bit, but yeah, just didn't really get too far into it.
Well, you
Now I
should
started searching up other stuff.
get further. Logan ran away. No, Logan
Yeah,
didn't run
no.
away. He's right
Further and
here.
further. I'm back.
Jeez, Logan.
Hmm.
You're a fucking idiot. I love you.
My internet's being shit right now, though.
Oh, that's why he's ignoring us.
Yeah.
When is it
Nah, I
not here
did
lately?
disappear for a minute.
Oh,
Hmm.
I didn't even know you disappeared. I know you said you'd be right
Yeah.
back, but not like disappear.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, straight up disappeared. Who do you need?
Why? You just DC'd, left, didn't even come back.
No.
Hmm.
Nah, right. Back now.
Anything else you guys want to talk about while we're here?
Mm.
Anyone want some fucking dogs? Because I'm about to throw mine out. They keep barking and shit.
Nah. I'd rather take a puppy than a dog. Actually, I take that back. I'd rather take a dog than a puppy. You might have me interested. How big are the dogs?
I've got two small ones and a big one.
How small are we talking for the small?
Deerhead Chihuahua and a little Maltipoo, about the same size as Chihuahua, but just fat.
Chihuahua can go fuck right off. Multi-poo?
He's sweet, dude. He's sweet as fuck.
I'm
That's the one I would keep.
that's all right. That's the one I'm taking
Chewy.
then.
He don't shut the hell up either, though. He talks a lot, dude. Maltipoos talk a lot, dude.
Oh, then never mind. I
Like
need a dog that will
yeah.
say fuck all. You know what dog I really miss? I really miss having a boxer.
Ooh. Never had a boxer.
Boxers. I've actually had two boxers. One that gave me PTSD about dogs for the rest of my life, and the other one,
I'm sorry. I just didn't expect you to say that. I'm not laughing at it. I'm just
no, no, no,
that's
no,
I
no.
didn't
I'll
expect it.
I'll share the story how it all happened. Okay, it's actually not like a horrible story. So like, it's not like the dog's fault, right? It's just being a small infant child. So
Mhm.
I lived in I think the city I was living in when I was a child was called Hillside, but my brother would have to correct me on that one. I don't remember. But we used to have a dog named Clayton when I was born. Clayton was a big old lovable boxer. And I have this one memory that has like scarred me for life. And I was just
Mhm.
sitting in the driveway or whatever, and Clayton just comes up and just barks right in front of my face or chomps right in front of my face or something like that. Just I just saw mouth open kind of thing, right? And when you're an infant child, like damn, just damn. So
Yeah.
all my life growing up, I was always afraid of dogs. I was afraid they're gonna bite me, scratch me, whatever, right? Uh,
Yeah.
even like I hate that shit.
Excuse me.
And when I was in middle school, we had a dog named Gunner. He was a beagle mix, and he was a good dog, but he was also kind of a cunt. Kept running away. And then when I got into high school, uh, my mom and my mom and my stepdad got married. We moved into a house, and my mom kind of wanted to have a dog again. Now that we have a yard and a house and all that, and my stepdad wanted a dog again because my stepdad used to have Rottweilers when he was in the police.
Mhm.
Um, so we got a dog not by choice, by kind of like accidental force. Uh, So we were looking up dogs for to rent or for sale through Facebook and Marketplace and all that shit, right? Guy said, "Hey, I got a boxer for sale. Just let me know. I can bring her over." It's like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Just come on over. We'll be home at this time." We thought we were just gonna meet the dog and the dog can get used to the environment or whatever. Dude just leaves the dog in the crate and just drives away.
Shit.
Okay.
And at that time, I
There you
didn't.
go.
Yeah, that day I didn't know we were looking at a dog, so I wasn't there. I think I was at a friend's house or whatever. And I come home and my brother's just laughing. I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Well, we got a new dog and it already bit Jacob." And I just started laughing because at that time I wasn't really close to my stepbrother,
Mm,
so I was like, "Heh, funny."
yeah,
And
the whole brother thing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So her name was Princess. The name matched the attitude. She felt like a lap dog when she really wasn't. But that was probably one of the sweetest dogs I've ever fucking met in my life, and that one kind of helped me get over a lot of my issues. I still have issues, but
Right.
I got over that shit. I missed that dog. I think that's why I have a love and appreciation for boxers because like if you just treat them right and you just let them
Mm,
be fucking love babies, you let them they would be the sweetest fucking things in the world.
yeah, it's like
Mine are
the two
fucking pissing me off right now. They're all
mhm.
going ape shit over there.
My two favorite dogs that I ever had was the first dog I ever owned was a full-blooded chow. Called
Hmm.
him Bear because he was the size of a fucking bear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the other one was a few years back. Uh, he passed away, but I had a Rottweiler boxer mix,
Okay, okay.
and he was amazing. He was the best guard dog I ever had. Like
Yeah.
he was very protective over us in the place, and I never trained him to be like that. It was just him, and he would protect us at all costs. And but he was also the most sweetest dog to us. Like he just lay up and put his head up in your lap, just sit there and pet him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's great with the kids. You know.
That was the one thing we were worried about with Princess when we got her. We had like little nephews and nieces and all that. Like
Hmm.
we had one that was like little,
Yeah.
and we were like, what if the dog tries to like knock him over or some shit like that? And
Mm-hmm.
Princess, for the most part, was just very gentle as best she
Hmm.
could. She was very
Yeah.
excited about when she was around people. So like her getting excited, it happens, right?
Yeah.
But she was always sweet to the little ones. It was the adults that she could just give less than two fucks. She'd like, "Oh, full grown humans, you bore me." And it's like, "Oh, little child." I was like, "All right, I'll play smart."
All bad.
But dude,
That's like Junior was. Like
I
the kids would go up to his pen or whatever, and
yeah.
they just lick him to death. But if you like try to grab him away, pull him away from the pen, like, all
Hmm.
right, time to go in. He'd start growling, wanting them to stay.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I think Logan doesn't want to talk about dogs. He's ready to get rid of all of his.
It pissed me off so bad right now. I keep having to mute my mic and just sit here.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
But
I,
Oh, that one thing I do want to
Scylla's
bring
in
up.
there yelling at him right now though, so I think she's getting them straightened up.
I just
They're
remembered
outside.
this. If you have Prime Video, get on there and I don't know if y'all have seen it or saw a glimpse of it or whatever, but there's a Snoop Dogg movie on there called Underdogs. It is amazing. It is
Oh,
some of the funniest shit I've watched in a while.
Underdogs?
shit.
Yeah, it's
We'll have
called
to watch it
Underdogs.
later in Discord.
Hell yeah, I'll fucking watch that. I still need to watch the Fallout series. I've heard nothing but good things
Me
about
too,
that.
yeah. I haven't seen shit.
I
I watched
told
the first episode with Lad.
Yeah, I need to I need to start watching it because I started watching
Yeah.
another show last night called The Gentleman on Netflix.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
That shit's pretty good. It's got a lot of good like dry British humor, and I kind of really enjoy it right now.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, if you haven't seen The Gentleman or you haven't seen what was the show you literally just called out, Jester? Underdog or the movie Underdog?
Underdog.
Go watch them.
Yeah,
Check it
Underdogs.
out.
Yeah, Underdogs. Go watch them. Go watch them right now.
Check it out, chat.
Yeah, check it out, chat, right
Yeah,
now.
if you like a funny movie that is got a wholesome backstory in it, you'll love it.
You know what else I want to watch that I've never watched? I want to watch the Compton movie.
Oh, Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, Straight Outta Compton.
I like that
I
movie.
got one of my things that I weirdly hate but I appreciate on YouTube is
Mm.
YouTube shorts that are just basically snippets of movie parts or TV show parts or whatever. Because without those, I would never really know what goes on in those movies, and then it gets me to watch them. To be honest, so like I've watched a few movies because watching YouTube shorts with just like a bit of a scene in it, and I'm like, oh man, holy shit, I didn't even know that was part of it. Um, and Compton came up recently, so there was like
Straight Outta Compton.
yeah, there was three scenes that happened. One where their lawyer guy defends them from being pulled over by the cops for just walking on the sidewalk. There's one where they're in the studio and they're making fun of Easy E. That was fucking funny as shit. Um, and then there was another one with Snoop and all them. I forgot what it was. But either way, um, yeah. I've also been rewatching Seinfeld, and I don't know why, but that shit's just fucking funny to me.
Oh yeah, dude. Like now that we're older, like Seinfeld's fucking funny.
Dude,
For real.
I mean, I liked it
The
when I was.
stand-up's dog shit, but the show's funny.
Actually, some of his stand up was fucking hysterical.
Can't fucking stand it.
Dude, one of the end scene stand-ups, which I was surprised they put that on television. He's like, you know what I don't get? You know, the parking garages and malls, you know, they try to color code them and all that. Like you're gonna forget where you park. You're gonna forget that color. You need to do something different. Like you need to name like each level. Like, hey, here's your mother's a whore level. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, and here's another level. Your dad's an
Yeah, it's
abusive
funny.
alcoholic. And I was like, what?
There you go.
I was like, what?
Like shit.
I was like, shit, you know, you wouldn't forget that. Fuck.
Like, holy
Where'd you
shit.
park your car? Your mother's a whore. Ah, yes, nice. That's two levels down. But like there's like some subtle good jokes in there. Like I've actually enjoyed a lot of the stand up in those little shows. Like some of them are like, you know, just kind of recapping what the episode was about and just kind of like something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for that time
Or
frame,
has something to do with the episode, yeah.
yeah, and for that time frame, it's fine. Like it's not, I'm not expecting like the funniest shit in the world, but like that was comedy back then. So like that's was good comedy. Uh,
Yeah.
but the show is just hysterical. Uh, God, I like it's like I was never really like the hugest of Seinfeld fans, right? I've watched it here and there when I was a kid. I watched it like growing up a little bit, but it never was like a diehard like, oh, this is the funniest shit in the world. But like now that I'm sitting
Yeah.
down like watching every episode, like it is something that I actually really enjoy. It's something that like it's timey, so like while some of the things are like modern issues or modern funny things, like you realize this
Mhm.
is back in the 90s, like fuck, this was goddamn 30 years ago. Fuck. And I just really enjoy the some of the stupider things. Like there's one episode that in season 3, I think I'm in, where Jerry goes to see this new restaurant opening up, and he's like, anything that ever opens up at that location, whether it's a store, whether it's a bagel shop, whatever, it fails. And like it sucks. It's like the Bermuda Triangle of like retail locations. So in the
Mhm.
episode, he sees this restaurant come in, and he's staring at it like through binoculars out his window. He's like, I can't help but just stare. I can't help but just watch them. So he thought he was doing a good thing. He thought that he'd go into this guy's store and, you know, totally draw attention. People see him walking in, people will go walk in, kind of one of the things. And he was a Pakistani immigrant, and he's cooking Chinese food, Italian food, French food, American food, but nothing Pakistani. And basically, Jerry's like, hey, you know, well, it really stands you out if since you're the only Pakistani here, make the only authentic Pakistani restaurant. And the guy goes, there's no Pakistani people here, so who would eat it? I was like, trust me, you'll be unique. Jerry goes away, comes back. The store changes, and the guy just hates him because there's still no customers, and he changed his whole persona about this. And the whole time when Jerry was at the restaurant the first time, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a good guy. My mother calls me a good guy, and yeah, you know what? I am a good guy." And then he gets to the point where the guy's yelling at him. He's like, "I hate you. You're a bad man." He's like, "I'm a bad man. Was my mother wrong the whole time?" And just stupid shit like that, like
Oh,
just
good.
just
Yeah.
simplistic stupid shit.
Like I used to hate that show when I was a kid, like if it was on I'd get mad or whatever. But then I like slowly got me watching it a couple years or so ago. And I absolutely fucking love it now. We watch it all the time.
Yeah, it's better. It's a good show. Another good show that I enjoy watching, but it's like sparse when I do is MASH.
MASH.
Yeah, I
I watched that a
love
little
MASH.
bit when I was a kid with my dad, but
I love MASH. When my father passed away, I rewatched all of MASH because it was on Netflix. So I rewatched every single fucking episode from beginning to end, and just the comedic humor, the super sarcastic nature of it. It was very enjoyable. I loved it a lot, and it made me be more sarcastic than I probably should be right now. But that's whether here or there. I just love it. Jester, do you got an old show that you love watching?
you don't watch shows.
I watch shows that are canceled or no longer in rotation. Yes. Uh, I always have go-to, like three of my go-tos
Mm-hmm.
as far as like older shows to watch is the original Roseanne show,
Okay.
Ho- Home Improvement,
That's a good one.
and Sanford and Son.
That one kind of threw me off guard, but I can see it.
Sanford
I, lo-
sounds great, dude.
I love me some Red Farmer, dude.
I
Or
never
not, or
Still
Red
is
Farmer.
obsessed with Sanford and Son.
I never
I
really
love
grew up
that.
watching
Her
it, but
ringtone is it.
I've watched it a few times and I've enjoyed what it was.
Red Farmer's a race car driver. But Fred Sanford.
Yeah,
Love me some Fred Sanford.
Fred Stafford.
What are you doing, you big dummy?
Yeah, I love all those shows, dude. I don't know why, but like I appreciate when they bring back shows like that, but like not like remakes bring back, but like put on Netflix and shit like that. But
Hmm.
I feel like some shows are just greatly overhyped, and we love them for no fucking good reason.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like one I'm gonna call out, and I think a lot of people would agree with me to a certain extent. That's overhyped is Friends.
Fuck
Yeah.
that show, dude. I hate that show.
It's a funny show. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good
Yeah.
show. It's a
It's
funny
had a
show.
few funny moments.
But I personally
But
don't get the overstimulated hype for Friends. I think Friends could
yeah.
be so much better than what it was. And I think for the time it was good. It was an iconic show and people watched it. I'm not gonna say people didn't.
Hmm.
Um, but like if you're comparing Seinfeld to Friends, Seinfeld wins 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
And that's why I hate when they bring back random shows like that. Like people just overhype the fuck out of it because they grew up with it. Because like watch this, I guarantee, right? Netflix buys the rights to, let's say, uh oh, what's that old 90s Nickelodeon cartoon?
Rocco's All Real Monsters.
Rocco's. They're gonna bring back Rocco's. And people are gonna be like, oh,
Okay.
Rocco's is so great and this and that. I'm like, yeah, it was
Mhm.
good. I didn't really watch it, I didn't care for it.
Fucking loved Rocco's.
See what I mean? But you also grew up with it, so you have that nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like nostalgia is a hell of a fucking beast, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like the darkest
We're right
fucking.
back, dude. I gotta get these dogs.
Mhm.
You're good. You're good. It's the darkest tinted sunglasses in the fucking room. Like,
Yeah, that's what my cousin says. He's like, nostalgia, one hell of a drug.
mm-hmm.
You know.
It is a killer, dude. Like when it
Yeah.
comes from video games to movies to anything, just even.
Hmm.
I think it's just we cloud our judgment of how good something is because of nostalgia. Like for example, like Rugrats. Rugrats is a classic cartoon. I think everybody's seen Rugrats. Um, and I think for the time period it was a great show. Very, child friendly, very whatever. But when I look back on it, I'm like, man, this is kind of like, man, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm depressed all the time, but like it's kind of mid, kind of just disappointing. But like there are some great shows that I think would be great as reruns or great just watching again, like Ed and Eddie's. I think is a great show.
Hmm.
Johnny Bravo had its moments that were good. Even classic cartoons like the Flintstones were good. I used to watch the Flintstones a lot. Tom and
Yeah.
Jerry was good.
Hmm.
But if I wanted to watch those shows, I would download Boomerang, and I refuse to download Boomerang because it's fucking stupid. But even movies are like that too. Like I have a great affiliation for like '90s movies for whatever fucking reason. Maybe it's the dated timepiece of what it is. But like
Mhm.
one of my favorite movies of all time is Major League and Major League 2 because I'm a baseball fan.
I like those movies.
It had a bit of edge, it had a bit of sexual tension humor, and a good, somewhat generic storyline. Right? It was
Mhm.
good. Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison,
Mhm.
um, all that stuff is pretty good. And then you get to like Chris Farley stuff, and then you get to like Chris Rock stuff, and you get to like just early 2000s, like that kind of timeline of movies I really enjoyed because I felt like they were, even though they're more innovative with doing stuff, they they tried something different, it worked out, and it sparked a whole new like of stuff. But I feel like anybody tries to do something new now, it's like, not that it's not creative. I feel that we limit creativity for the sake of selling and making a profit.
Mhm.
Like the loomingness of like, think about like creating a song, right? You don't want to feel generic and make a song like every other pop star,
Yeah,
but
man.
but you also don't want to make something too unique that it doesn't sell, right? It's that illuminating, like you got to make a profit off this shit. We're talking about old '90s and early 2000 movies and how nostalgia is such a hell of a drug.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, just long story short, I love '90s movies. I love early 2000 movies. I haven't gone to like mid 2000s, 2010 is kind of like where it cuts off, but like those '90s, early 2000 movies were some of like the kind of like the most defining things that I've watched. And I even like going back and rewatching some of them because like the stories were good, the timepiece was good, and just something about that like prehistoric quality, high quality, just kind of feels like I like watching it. Like I would make a movie in that '90s style quality of like Happy Gilmore again, where it's just kind of feels a little bit slower on the camera frame rate because it's not realistic. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd just be me. All right. Any you guys want any last minute words before we get off of here?
No, not really. Everyone enjoy your
Uh,
holiday. Be
Yeah.
safe.
Be
smoke
responsible.
Don't do
responsibly.
stupid shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
smoke responsibly.
And if you don't,
Eat a bunch of snackies. You know,
yeah,
Be
indulge a
ready
little
for
bit
that
today.
bellyache in the morning.
yeah. We
Yep.
got.
Have a good poop tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
gonna be good. That Sunday morning poop after. Oh,
Mhm.
that's gonna be great.
Yep.
All right, YouTube. Have a good night. See you next week.